Hi everybody, welcome to the Successful Showgirl. My name is Kitty and today we are talking about making yourself more visible to your clients. So, if you've never watched the Successful Showgirl before, basically we run a company where aspiring performers can get advice and mentorship and coaching towards creating a paid performer career. So all these tutorials are geared towards people who are thinking about turning their performing into a paid job. Okay, so hi Amy. So if you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe because then you'll get our videos every Monday. And if you're watching in the group, our lives are every Monday between 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock, depending on what I'm doing for work. Okay, so today we're talking about making yourself more visible to your clients. So I'm a big believer in that your clients really need to know you before you ever make a first contact with them. So for me, I think it's really important that I know somebody or think I know somebody before they ever send me a job application. If I've seen somebody on social media and I've seen what they're doing and I've seen them about at shows, or I've seen them perform themselves, or I've met them in person, or they've been to a workshop with me, I'm much more likely to give that person a job than I am if I've never seen that person before in my life. Basically because you build up a like, know and trust factor with people, and you feel more comfortable working with people who you've already met. That is just a human psychology thing. That's not me being choosy. That's not people being cliquey. That is just basic psychology 101. You need to build up a like, know and trust factor with someone before they are going to be comfortable with you, whether you're selling them something or whether you're going to work with them or whether you're doing them a favor, whatever. You have to build a like, know and trust factor, and there's loads of different ways you can do that to create visibility. Today we're going to talk about a few different ways you can do that, and then also with regards to social media as well. Bryony's just put, yeah, you don't want to hire dicks, which is very true, and you don't know that if you've never met people before, but you definitely know what someone's like if you have met them and you have built up that trust factor. So that is common sense, isn't it? Like, these things are very common sense suggestions that sometimes we just think the world is against us and we're not getting chosen for things because we must be rubbish, or our job application was rubbish, or our acts are rubbish, when in fact normally it's because people haven't seen us enough times to know or to trust us. So that's what we're aiming to create before we start sending off our applications. So lots of different ways we can do this. First one would be going to people's shows. If you want to be in a specific show, the likelihood is if the producer of that show sees you there every single week, they're more likely to give you a shot at working in that show than somebody who's never attended their show before. If you've actively made an effort to speak to that person who runs that show, even better. If you've left some kind of a review or something like that, again, even better. You're making yourself seen. You're making yourself seem interested in that company and also in what you're doing. You're showing that you actually care about that specific show or that specific event, whatever it is. You're supporting that event, and therefore the people who run it are more likely to support you as a performer. That is just general human nature, isn't it? If somebody does something nice for you, you do something nice back for them. That is just how we work as a society. So going to people's shows will be a big one for me. If you've not tried it before, if you're a burlesque performer, stage managing or kitting in people's shows is a really good way to make connections with people backstage. So i.e. the producer of the show, the people who are behind the scenes, lighting technicians, because no doubt those kind of people are going to be working at lots of different shows, not just one show. And that is how you start creating bonds with people. That's how you start networking with people. This is how you start getting your name out there so people know who you are. Next one, Going to people's workshops. So if you're a budding circus performer, going to workshops with other circus performers or people who you know actively run events or circuses or whatever, then again, you're much likely to get a foot in the door if you're being seen at those places and you're making a connection with the people who run those things. Yeah, if I ran a circus school and then I'm going to put on a show, I'm more likely, aren't I, to use the students that come to and support my business than random performers who I've never met before. That is just common sense. Okay, so try and take workshops with people you want to work with. Try and go to the shows of people that you want to work for. These are just ways of networking. In any kind of business, you have to network. And it's the same for ours. And obviously we enjoy our jobs, so it's not really a chore, is it, to go and watch a burlesque show or to go to a circus workshop, because they're the things that we enjoy doing anyway. So try and make those connections in that way. Again, we can't always make connections in person. Obviously, we've just had 2 years where we've been in lockdown, so we've not been able to get out into the real world and network in the way that we would normally network. But what we've also learned is that if you network via social media, the scope for networking is much greater. There are a lot of people in this group who never would have imagined that they'd be performing internationally and making connections with international performers, but over lockdown they did. And then obviously when we've come out of lockdown, those online shows that they've done abroad have then led to connections to doing real shows abroad, and that's expanded their repertoire massively. So making connections on social media is very, very important. I talk about this all the time, and I know a lot of people in here really dislike social media, and I'm not gonna lie, I do as well. At weekends I switch my social media off and I just schedule posts for my businesses. I don't answer messages, I don't post personal things, I don't really touch it over the weekends unless it's a scheduled post. I'm not posting that, it's already been scheduled in the week, because I enjoy my time on social media. I don't even have a personal social media, I just have my work social media, which is Kitty Campari profile, and then all my business pages. I don't have a personal in my name with all my friends and family, Facebook or Instagram, because I'm just not really that interested in it. I only really use it for work. But it is a really important free tool to use for your business. And if you're starting your performing business off, this is like a perfect opportunity to get your name out there without having to spend a penny. So if you're not already posting either daily or regularly, you really need to start doing that, because people aren't going to see you. If people don't know that you exist, how can they book you? How can they build up a trust with you and know that you're a professional performer who does a really good job when they do their shows? I mean, you don't have to be doing shows every week, but you do have to be giving off an air that you do a professional job and you're a competent performer on your socials. If you're just posting things about your dog on your socials or your kids, that's lovely, but that is not what people want to see if they're going to book you. All right, so you need to make a clear distinction between a personal social media and a professional social media. There's nothing wrong with mixing a little bit of both, but if you apply for a job with me and then I want to see all your professional pictures, and as I scroll all I can see is pictures of your tea or pictures of your dog, then I'm not going to scroll more than 5 seconds before I'm bored and I'm like, oh, this person doesn't really perform that much, and I move on to the next person. And any other producer or agent or whoever's booking will say the exact same thing. People don't have the time to be scrolling through. So you want to make it as clear as possible on your social media pages who you are, what you do, and like make that super clear. You want to be posting often so you're getting seen often. Yeah, it's no good posting once a week when you've done a show on a Saturday and then not doing anything all week, because the algorithms for Facebook and Instagram will not be showing you to the people who you want to get in front of. They only show the people who consistently post all the time. So I post consistently, even though it might not be me doing it that day. It might be a scheduled post, and I might have scheduled them all the week before. Because it's going out consistently, 9 times out of 10, my posts will be flagging up to the people who follow me. If I'm not posting consistently though, let's say for a couple of weeks, I have a couple of weeks off and I don't do any posts at all, the likelihood that people are going to be seeing my posts when I restart again is going to be small, and I have to get back to that consistent posting before Facebook or Instagram wants to show it to other people. So it's really, really important that if you want to be seen by the people who are going to book you, that you start posting consistently. Now, we've got a course coming up, Social Media for Showgirls. Couldn't even say that then. Social Media for Showgirls in June. And it's going to be a 4-week course on all the basics. It's nothing in depth. It's just the basics on creating consistent content for your social media that will start getting you seen, how to connect with people who you want to work for, and how to start getting your posts seen more regularly by those people. It's nothing crazy, okay? But it is 1 hour I think it's Monday at 6 o'clock UK time, and we'll just be going through the basics on how you can improve the engagement on your social media pages and make them more professional. So if that's something you'd be interested in, I'll pop the link below in the comments, or if you're watching on YouTube, I'll put it in the comments on the YouTube, but you can also find the link to our Linktree in the channel as well. But if you would like to do that and you're not quite sure whether it's something that's helpful for you, then you can always drop me a message as well. So 3 things I want you to really think about is, number 1, trying to get in front of people by going to their shows. Number 2, trying to take workshops with people who you would like to work with and create a rapport with. And number 3, getting more visible on your social media and being more active and creating engagement on your social media pages. They are the 3 big things that have really, really worked for my career. I'm not saying they are the only ways that you can become a successful performer and you can get seen, but they're the ways that I've done it. So I can only give you advice from my point of view and the way that I've done things. And they are free ways of doing things. Obviously, you've got to pay to go to a show, you've got to pay to go for a workshop, but you don't have to pay for social media. So use it to your advantage, yeah? So that's all I'm going to talk about today. I hope that was helpful. If you've got any questions, pop them in the comments below so I can help you. But if you'd like to do the Social Media for Showgirls course, I'm going to pop that up. I think it's 25 quid for the 4 weeks, which is 4-hour lessons. And then you get the week to work on whatever you're meant to be doing. It's recorded as well, so if you can't make it at the actual time, you'll be sent the recording within 24 hours of it being done, and that'll go straight out to you so you can do it in your own time as well. So have a lovely Monday. I hope that was helpful, and I will see you all in next Monday's tutorial. Have a lovely Monday. Bye bye.